It started with a subject line. Claire never opened spam emails. She'd been careful ever since she got doxxed in college over a poorly timed meme, back when the internet still felt like something you could log off from. Now, nearly a decade later, she was a mid-level graphic designer living in a sleepy, wet suburb outside Portland. Her inbox was a tidy place: client folders, newsletter tabs, and the occasional Etsy receipt. So when an email with the subject line, "I saw you today," popped up at 3:14 a.m., she hesitated. She clicked it open before she could second-guess herself. From unknown sender 14x@aol.com. Subject: I saw you today. Date: Tuesday, June 5th, 2025. 3:14 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. You were wearing that yellow sweater again, the one with the hole in the sleeve. You should really mend it. Someone might think you're falling apart. Claire blinked. Her stomach made that tiny, sour twist it did when she read something wrong, like realizing too late that a joke wasn't a joke. The sweater did have a hole. She usually only wore it on Sundays, when she walked to the corner coffee shop for a matcha and some sunlight. She hadn't gone out Monday, had she? She clicked report spam and deleted the message. The second email. The next came Wednesday night. Subject: You look tired today. You should sleep more. Maybe then you wouldn't forget your umbrella. The rain followed you home like a dog. You're lucky I'm not the kind that bites. Claire didn't sleep that night. She checked every window twice. Her blinds had been drawn. She hadn't seen anyone, hadn't talked to anyone either. Her umbrella had broken in the wind earlier that day, and she'd left it leaning by the trash outside her apartment door. Was this someone from her building? The email had no name, no signature, just that cryptic line in the same AOL address. Who even used AOL anymore? Her heart beat uncomfortably fast when she Googled the address and found nothing. It had no digital fingerprint, no social media tie-ins, no leaks or mentions, just blank. She replied against every rational thought. "Who are you? This isn't funny." She didn't get a response. Not immediately. The third email, it arrived Friday. Subject: You have a lovely neck. I bet it feels warm under your hair. Do you ever think about what it would feel like to have someone's hands around it? Just a gentle squeeze. Nothing mean. Just enough. You looked at me today, but you didn't see me. I wonder what else you don't see. Claire dropped her phone. She screamed so loud the woman in the next apartment banged on the wall and yelled at her to shut up. Claire didn't care. She turned on every light, checked under the bed, behind the shower curtain, in her closet. She called the cops finally, even though she felt ridiculous. They told her the same thing they always did. Change your passwords, block the address, keep a log. Let us know if anything escalates. This isn't escalation, she snapped. The officer sighed. Let us know if they make contact in person. Until then, it's just creepy words. Claire slept with the lights on that night. The fourth email. It came on a Sunday. Subject: Your hair smells like lavender. You shouldn't leave your window cracked at night. So many things can get in. She screamed again. This time she threw up afterward. She hadn't told anyone she used lavender shampoo. She hadn't posted any selfies in weeks. She didn't even answer texts from her sister. And yet this person was watching her. She stayed at a friend's place that night. Kat lived across the city and slept with a bat by her bed. Claire told her everything. Kat believed her. Mostly. Enough to let her crash on the couch and hold her hand when she started to shake again. They made tea. They talked through every possible explanation. An ex, a prank, a stalker, a stranger. They pored over Claire's laptop, and Kat tried tracking the IP, but it was masked by Tor relays. She looked into Claire's email logs. Nothing unusual, except there had been a login from inside her building the day before. Someone was close, too close. Claire wanted to die. The last email. It came the next night to Kat's laptop. Subject: She should have stayed home. You're a good friend, Kat. I liked watching you both sleep. Lavender and Rose. They both screamed when the knock came. Kat ran for the bat. Claire called 911 with a shaking hand. The door handle rattled. Then silence. The police found no one outside, just a torn strip of yellow sweater and a single USB drive taped to the door. They never opened it. Claire moved out, changed her name, deleted every online account she ever had. Still, every so often, when she's alone and the rain taps soft and rhythmic at the glass, she thinks she sees a shape outside the window, just a shadow, or maybe an email notification. Samantha Lowry was a customer service representative for a mid-size online retailer. Her days were forgettable. Automated ticket replies, coffee breaks, awkward Zoom calls. Her nights were worse. Since the divorce, the silence in her apartment felt like static pressing against her ears. She filled it with true crime podcasts and reruns of shows she used to watch with her ex-husband. Familiar things. She had a system for keeping her inbox clear. Every Friday, she'd delete junk mail, unsubscribe from newsletters she didn't remember signing up for, and file away old messages into folders. It gave her a tiny thrill of control. One Friday night in July, she noticed an email she didn't recognize. It wasn't in her spam folder. It had no subject line, no sender name, just an address. You forgot me at outmail.pro. Samantha hovered, then clicked. From You forgot me at outmail.pro. Date, Friday, July 5th, 2025, 9:48 p.m. Subject, you drive a red Civic now. You used to take the bus. I like those days better. Do you remember the stop by the old brick church? I do. You dropped a photograph there once. I kept it. She slammed her laptop shut. Her heart thudded hard against her ribs. That wasn't just a random guess. She had dropped a photo years ago, an old Polaroid of her and her sister, taken in high school. It had slipped out of a book one rainy morning while she waited for the number 9. She'd gone back, but it was gone. She hadn't thought about that in years. Someone was watching her. She reported the email, blocked it, then spent the weekend trying to forget it. But on Monday, there was another. You forgot me. From You forgot me at outmail.pro. Date, Monday, July 8th, 2025, 6:03 a.m. Subject, you forgot me. Why'd you block me? That wasn't very kind. We were so close once. I remember things you've buried, like the thing in the shed, the cold air, the sound it made when it stopped moving. Samantha broke into a sweat. She hadn't told anyone about the shed. When she was 17, she and her cousin Noah had found something in the woods behind their grandmother's house. A raccoon, barely alive, thrashing in some kind of homemade snare. Samantha had wanted to help it. Noah said it was too far gone. He'd gone into the shed, come back with a shovel. She remembered how it screamed when the metal hit bone. They'd never spoken of it again. She'd tried to convince herself they'd done the right thing, but sometimes she still heard the sound in her dreams. She stared at the screen, trembling. Her mouse hovered over delete. Instead, she typed a reply. Who is this? How do you know these things? No response. The third email, Noah remembers. He dreams about it too. But his dreams are different. In his dreams, it's not the raccoon. It's you. I wonder why. P.S. The photograph still smells like rain. The lights in Samantha's apartment flickered. She couldn't breathe. She called Noah, hands shaking. He didn't answer. She called again. Voicemail. By sunrise, she was in her car, driving the 4 hours to his farmhouse in rural Idaho. The roads were still wet from the night's rain. The wind turbines along the highway spun like giant bones in the mist. When she arrived, she found the front door ajar. She called his name. No response. Inside, silence. Noah's boots were by the door. His phone was on the charger. His breakfast plate was still on the table, uneaten. The coffee in his mug had gone cold. She walked the house room by room. In his bedroom on the nightstand was a Polaroid. It was her, a teenage Samantha, waiting at the bus stop in the rain. She stared at it in horror. She flipped it over. Written in shaky red ink, You forgot me. The fourth email. Subject, you shouldn't have gone there. He doesn't live here anymore. You should have said goodbye sooner. Do you remember the box? The one under your bed? You kept things in it you weren't supposed to. Go look, I'll wait. Her mouth went dry. She hadn't looked in that box in years. She dragged it out from under the bed, every nerve on fire. Inside were old notebooks, pictures, a ring her ex gave her, and a key. Cold, small, rusted. It wasn't hers. She didn't remember it, except she did, somewhere deep and hidden. She fell asleep with the key clutched in her fist and dreamed of a door. The final email from you. Forgot me at outmail.prodate, Wednesday, July 10th, 2025, 3:33 a.m. Subject. Come downstairs, the building has a basement, even though the landlord says it doesn't. You know the door, the one behind the laundry room, the key fits. I'm waiting, don't forget me again. She went, she didn't know why. She crept down the concrete steps at 3:40 a.m., key clenched tight, breath fogging the air. Behind the laundry room, a door, painted over, old. She scraped at the paint with her keys, hands trembling. The rusted key slid in perfectly. The door creaked open. Darkness waited inside. A smell hit her then, wet fur and rot and earth. She took a step in, and the door slammed shut behind her.